Indiahikes has played a very big role in the Hampta Pass trek. Though Indiahikes is not really responsible for bringing it out because it was not a unknown trek. Now Hampta Pass is in this very lovely intersection of the Pir Panjal range and the Dhauladar range, and it's just there. And it's a trek which is known to Indians and Indian trekking for quite some time. It's a shepherd's trail. Shepherds from Kulu side would, take their sheep and, go over to Lahore, and from Lahore they would come over to Kulu side. So it was a very well-known shepherd's trail. So trekkers were aware of it, Indian trekkers. But not many did this trek. Now that's surprising, being a well-known trail, why not many people did this trek? Because the logistics of this trek was extremely difficult. Those trekkers who would do this trek from the Kulu side and land up in Lahore would find it extremely difficult to return from Lahore back to Kulu. Because, even though you reach the roadhead at Chatru and then, there's no vehicles there or anything that is coming. And you have to come back via Rohtang Pass and, all the way down to Manali. So it was a nightmare for most trekkers. So they would very rarely attempt this trek. So it was not a very well-trodden trek, even though in the circles people knew of Hampta Pass, and so did I. I knew of Hampta Pass much before Indiahikes. So when we were discovering new treks at the beginning of Indiahikes, Hampta Pass was in our minds that we will go and do it. So in the summer of 2010, we actually went and did the trek with the sheer intention of documenting it. We went on the trek. We went from the Kulu side to the Lahore side. We absolutely loved it. There was a super pass crossing to do. We got down on the other side. Lots of snow, a lot of adventure we had, and we did this trek and we documented it. After documenting this trek, we thought this was a fantastic trek, and let us open it up for regular trekking. And surprisingly, despite its famous past, not many people wanted to do this trek, even with us. And mind you, this was prime summer season. And we were wondering what's going wrong here. Why is people not taking to the Hampta Pass? And we saw for a year, we saw for 2 years, and nothing was moving, 3 years, 4 years. And frankly speaking, we were getting a little worried about Hampta Pass because we were moving all the way, because we were largely, at that time, trekking a lot in Uttarakhand. We were just for Hampta Pass, we were coming down to Himachal Pradesh to run this trek in prime summer season, and we were wondering, this is not really working out. Now here two interesting things happened where Indiahikes played a very big role in bringing Hampta Pass to where it is. Somewhere long ago, I had read a small excerpt in somebody's diary that Hampta Pass had lovely flowers, and more flowers than even Harkidun or even Valley of Flowers. People were comparing it to the Valley of Flowers, and that stayed in my mind. And I knew that flowers come only once the rains come in. And we thought, why not do this trek in the rains? Now that was quite contrary to what the regular season was for Hampta Pass, because Hampta Pass was always done in summer. It was a summer trek, May-June trek. And I was suggesting that why don't we do it in the flowering season, because people will get to see a lush green valley and flowers. But that region is always known for rains, and the common advice that I got is no, don't do it. It's not the right time to do it. But we thought that would be a good time to do it. Anyway, we were always busy in a summer treks, and this would be a good non-summer trek to bring in. And it would, we could have a new season of trekking coming up, especially with a high altitude trek like Hampta Pass, which went to 14,000 feet. And we did launch then our trek. We moved it from summer and we launched it in the monsoon season, July and August. And it was the same thing, not many takers for the trek. And we were feeling very disappointed. What is this? Such a great trek, people are not taking it, even despite the greenery and the flowers. And then an incredible event happened. In 2014, there was a very big rain in Jammu and Kashmir, and at that time we were running the Kashmir Great Lakes Trek, and even the Tarsal Master had started out. It was a huge success. We were very busy in the monsoon season with the Jammu and Kashmir treks, but the rains at that time flooded the entire valley. Srinagar was underwater. The famous Lal Chowk, the Dal Lake, the Wular Lake, they were all swollen and on the roads. And we had to go and rescue our trekkers. They were all marooned. So there was no question of continuing this season. We just had to get people out. And there were thousands of trekkers waiting to get to Jammu and Kashmir. And we told them, look, Jammu and Kashmir treks are now out of the question. Why don't you think of these few alternate treks to do? And one of them is this Hampta Pass that we strongly recommend you to do. So think of it. And more than 1,000 trekkers actually got diverted from a Jammu and Kashmir trek to the Hampta Pass trek. And that created a huge magic, because the word of mouth that these trekkers generated about Hampta Pass, from the next year onwards, Hampta Pass took off. Our group started filling up. And it was just an overnight, from 2014 to 2015, Hampta Pass suddenly became a trek which people wanted to do. And we were surprised, because all these years we have been trying to push Hampta Pass as a great trek to do. So the inflection point of Hampta Pass came in 2014 and 15, where from a trek which not many people were doing, suddenly there was a large interest in doing Hampta Pass, and that caught the interest of other trekking organizations. Because other than that, nobody was interested in Hampta Pass. When they saw Indiahikes was carrying so many trekkers, they got interested. They started talking about Hampta Pass. And in the next 5-6 years, Hampta Pass started gaining in popularity to such an extent that it was unbelievable. So Indiahikes has played two roles in the history of Hampta Pass. One, that we changed the trek from a summer trek to a monsoon trek. Now everyone does Hampta Pass in the months of July and August. It doesn't even occur to them that it can be done in any other months. It's largely done in July and August, and everyone has accepted it to be a monsoon trek. And that is the huge contribution of Indiahikes to Hampta Pass, converting a summer trek to a monsoon trek. And two, that inflection that happened in 2014 made absolutely, even though a well-known trek but not many people doing it, into a trek where people started actually trekking in large numbers. And today, Hampta Pass is one of the most busiest trek, to the extent I sometimes tell people who I know, don't do that trek, it's too crowded. So that's the role Indiahikes has played in the history of Hampta Pass.